You're too kind, but now let's get to the reason you all paid a great deal of money to come here.
Actually, this didn't cost anything, and they gave us free coupons to Starbucks if we came.
Excuse me, who do you think you are? I is a learned professor. Did I say you could talk?
Well, I just thought you should.
This is my presentation!
I'm sorry, I didn't.
As you should be. Now, let's discuss the real reason we're all here. To find out what's truly American about American literature.
Alright.
Very well. Now, over the years, I've developed a tried and true method as to explain what exactly is the feature most distinct about American literature. And I'm not gonna lie, it will probably shock weaker-minded folks like yourselves. Anyways, my studies have shown that in an overwhelming majority of American literature, the author has an alarming tendency to only focus on the high points of society at the time. This must come as a shock to your feeble mind, but trust me, I've seen reactions like yours before. And believe me, I have mountains of evidence to back me up.
Do you really? Would you mind sharing some of this evidence with us, or are you just going to keep talking down to us?
Evidence, of course. I'd love to share my evidence. Oh, yes, right here. Yes, this trait is found in a host of American writing.
Such as?
Classics like The Great Gatsby, The Native Son, The Crucible. All tremendous reads. I would strongly recommend them to you.
Have you even read those books, or are you just saying that?
Of course. Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald. The Native Son by my boy Richard Wright. And The Crucible by Arthur Miller?
Lucky guess. Who are you anyway? Your analysis of American literature is so off base, it sounds like it was written by a toddler.
Who are you to question me?
Me? I'm a junior in Miss Stanley's English class where we learn quite a bit about American literature ourselves.
Well, I'm currently a professor at the prestigious University of Phoenix.
A for-profit college that leaves their students in higher debt than any other university.
That's correct, but back to the point. Think about it. You have Gatsby going after his dream, the lovely tulip.
Don't you mean Daisy?
Same difference. Stop interrupting. Anywho, take The Native Son, which exhibits racial equality all throughout the country.
You're joking.
Absolutely not. Then, take The Crucible, a play written about the lovely town of Salem during a time ripe with communism in the United States. I mean, I still don't understand why Arthur didn't go ahead and write an allegory about the clear similarities between the Salem witch trials and communism. I mean, just flat out lazy. Oh, Arthur. Nonetheless, it provided Americans with a nice escape from the constant fear of communism surrounding their lives.
Alright, I can't take this anymore. This is absurd!
I'm over here.
Oh, hang on, let me get my glasses. Oh god, I can't see. Oh, this is embarrassing. Oh my gosh, where'd they go? This is just awkward. Oh, okay. Oh, much better.
So, if you think my ideas are so far off base, let's hear yours.
Oh, please, I'm not prepared. Well, okay, let me see, 1 second. Well, there's Great Gatsby, and, oh, there's The Crucible, and, yeah, have those.
Oh, I'll say, you know what? Let's just end this right now. I'll take you out to lunch. We can leave on friendly terms.
Oh, absolutely not. I'd rather actually share accurate views on American literature. That's okay.
Dear God.
The quality that I think is truly American throughout all of American literature is that it explores many undesirable truths. It allows for unhappy endings and accepts that things do not always work out the way that people want them to. American literature does not provide a false sense of security to its readers. Rather, it takes risks and explores different people and situations that people may not encounter otherwise.
Are you saying that you don't want people reaching for their dreams, being put in jail when they commit a crime, or visiting the lovely town that is Salem, Massachusetts? You're a monster!
Okay, so let's start where you started, The Great Gatsby. A novel focused on an idea that was prevalent at the time it was written, the idea of the American dream. True, you have a man going after his dream. Daisy, the love of his life. Yes, he works really hard to achieve that dream. He almost thinks he might be close enough to achieve success.
I'm sorry, but I believe that's exactly what I said.
But he does not. In a way, he was never close at all. Towards the end of the novel, Nick states that when Gatsby first moved across the bay from Daisy, his dream must have seemed so close when in actuality, it was already behind him, somewhere back in the vast obscurity beyond the city where the dark fields of the Republic rolled on under the night. The Great Gatsby is American precisely because it provides that sense of failure that people often pretend doesn't exist. During a time period where so many people were dependent on the American dream, Gatsby provided a sense of reality and allowed for disappointment.
I'm sorry, but I'm afraid I still don't see your point.
Okay, moving on. You mentioned Native Son, correct?
Yes. The epitome of American justice.
No, not exactly. In fact, quite the opposite. First off, it displays the lack of justice throughout the country in regards to African Americans. Why is Mario Dalton's death so important? Why is it the central part to the book? Because Bigger, an African American, killed a white girl. Notice how the plot of the story is not solely murder, but a black man killing a white girl. Bigger at one point in the novel admits to himself that regardless of whether or not Mary's death was an accident, he was black and he had been alone in a room where a white girl had been killed. Therefore, he had killed her. This novel does absolutely no glory to the American justice system, and it provides a less than ideal situation for Americans to realize inequality in their country.
Oh please, who cares about his skin color? If I remember correctly, do I have it written down? I do indeed. Wright describes Bigger as sending the blade of the hatchet into the bone of Mary's throat with all the strength of his body. Are you really telling me that this type of horrid brutality deserves no punishment?
No, it most certainly does. However, consider the acts of violence committed against Bessie. Bigger continuously slams bricks on her body, shooting upward and plunging downward through the darkness with each brick. Does this type of violence committed against Bessie deserve no punishment?
Well...
Don't answer. I know I'm right. So here's the brutality of American literature. Not only the far less than pleasant descriptions of the violence committed against Mary and Bessie, but also the extreme white superiority and lack of justice in the country at the time.
Possibly a legitimate point, but...
And now onto your final text, Arthur Miller's The Crucible. Quite possibly the greatest allegory in all of American literature.
Yes, that was actually quite the astute observation by myself.
Actually, and this is a direct quote, to be completely honest, I still can't understand why Arthur didn't take the time to create an allegory directly relating to communism. So, to put it bluntly, you completely missed the point of the story.
Well, I don't know if I would say that.
Moving on. In The Crucible, Arthur Miller took on the crazed antics of Joseph McCarthy's anti-communist tirade. While nationalism was at an all-time high, Miller realized that McCarthy was doing Americans a great social injustice by accusing people of being communists solely to win support. By relating this incident to the Salem witch trials, where logic and reason were completely absent, Miller revealed holes in the arguments of the anti-communists.
But wait, there were no witches in Salem, but there was definitely a communist following in America. You can't deny that.
But does being a communist make you a threat to society? And the actual number of communists was blown way out of proportion. I think that John Proctor sums it up nicely when he says, "I want my life." Meaning, he was willing to admit to a crime he didn't commit if it meant his life would be spared. This was the same logic going through the minds of millions of Americans during the Red Scare, where fears of communism were widespread. In The Crucible, this fear is represented through witches rather than through communists, showing the absurdity of the time. Once again, here's a piece of American literature that does not provide a positive ending, does not end with happily ever after, and that is willing to express issues of the time in the country.
This is all well and good, but all I see is 3 isolated books. What's really tying them together? The answer? Nothing.
Well, I would have figured that a distinguished professor such as yourself would have been able to make these connections, but apparently not. So if it's necessary, American literature explores the truths that people often avoid. The United States is one of the most powerful nations in the world, and with this power, people often assume perfection. A fantasy land where only goodness exists and failure is absent. These novels, however, explore ideas that contradict this thought of perfection. They allow for error. The Great Gatsby admits that despite an individual's efforts, he or she may not be able to achieve their dreams. Native Son explores the most volatile issue in America throughout the 1900s, the issue of race, that still lingers today. The Crucible discusses the lack of order and fear that consumed America during the Red Scare. Basically, American literature seeks to reveal the faults of America in hopes of bringing about a brighter future.
Oh, well, I was gonna mention that too.
If you ever need any help, please, dear God, don't call.
Oof. I knew faking that English degree was a bad idea.